All right.
Can't wait
What's
to.
up, guys?
Yo.
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the first. That was the first thing on the recording. Is I have cat hair in my mouth.
Sorry.
No, it was the LaCroix mouthfeel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How does the LaCroix mouthfeel compare to the cat hair mouthfeel?
It's better without the cat hair.
Yeah. Also, sponsor us.
Sponsor us, LaCroix. We always have a different fun drink on the pod.
It's almost always Red Bull, from my fridge, from the studio fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's up, guys? This is a big episode today. It's episode 10.
Happy 10th episodery.
Did you guys think we would get to 10 episodes?
No.
I don't know. Honestly,
That was a quick answer.
I think I thought we'd get to 10, but I feel more confident in getting from 10 to 20 than I did from 0 to 10.
Yeah. I mean now, like, we only take like 25 minutes to set up the audio instead of like 40. So
We're saving time. We're optimizing processes.
yeah. So speaking of optimizing, we're gonna get right into the intro question here.
Yeah.
So quick intro question. Favorite pool toy?
It's got to be a noodle.
I knew you were gonna say noodle.
It's got to be a noodle. When
He's
I was
such a noodle guy.
yeah, noodle guy. It sounds like needle guy.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it used to be torpedoes that you would go.
Oh, those
like,
are good.
You would go fetch from the bottom of the pool, but I don't like going to the bottom of the pool anymore. So I think a noodle is probably good. Just good overall, toy. So you can float with it. You can kind of hang your arms.
Smack
on
people with it.
You can smack people with it.
You can shoot water out of it.
You can shoot water out of it. I think it's just very multifaceted. It's a good toy. So
That's a good one.
who's next?
I'll go next. I think mine is a torpedo. I like any of the things that you can like throw into the pool and then dive for. I'll still go in the deep end.
I like the torpedoes. I always liked watching them when I had my goggles on.
But I do need goggles to swim. If I don't have goggles, I forget how to swim. I can't do it anymore.
Well,
Like
you
I-
also can't see.
no, but like I can't even swim in general.
What
Like,
are did the torpedoes just look like a red fuzzy thing at the bottom of the pool?
well, some people open their eyes underwater. I've never been able to do that.
You'd also burn your eyeballs without
Yeah.
goggles. But
My favorite is definitely a ball. Big ball.
Beach ball, big beach ball guy.
No, like a ball that you could throw and catch, like a nice
A little squishy
nice
one.
solid ball to
Like a football?
play toss with. No, like maybe like a tennis ball, maybe it's a little smaller.
yeah,
I have a really good one that like skips off the water and just get a nice. I mean, I bring the ball every time I'm gonna be in water these days, and I like feel out who I'm with to be like, all right, who's gonna play catch with me? Sometimes it's nobody. I don't force it on anybody. But,
yeah.
It's nice of you.
But yeah, I think playing with a ball is my favorite.
Yeah, I think the ball is nice. If you're with people, you can just toss it around, have a nice chat. I think it's always easier to have a chat when you're throwing something around.
Oh yeah.
Love an activity.
Yeah.
So speaking of activities, this weekend, big Chicago music weekend, Lollapalooza. Trevor, you went 3 days.
Yeah.
How you feeling after 3 days?
I don't know, man. I'm in the camp that Lala just keeps getting. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. I don't know. I would only ever go 2 days from the ages of like 17 to 24.
You just went for 3 days.
Yeah, no, I said I would only ever go like 1 to 2 days in my formative years. I thought I was too old for Lala at 21, and now I feel like young at 27. So it's just great. I think like people say there's just a bunch of kids running around. I think there's a lot of energy at Lala, and some of it's like not the best, and it's just young kids at Perry's just getting trashed or whatever. But I do think there's a lot of like excitement both in electronic music and outside of electronic music, and it's cool that it's so. I just think it's so easy, and they handle everything so well.
It's a well-run establishment.
It is the Coachella of the Midwest.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there another Coachella of the Midwest?
Well,
No.
it's Lollapalooza. I mean, you like. I feel like when I come up with random names for things, I'll put a Cella or I'll put a Palooza on it.
I do a Roo. I'll slap a Roo on there.
Bonner is garbage.
Like, well, yes. But like
Butter
when
is
I-
a different. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're all different, right? You can't say like okay. When I didn't grow up in this country, and when I came to college,
War is
and I
dropping.
was and I and I came to Chicago, and I was walking around Grant Park. I had some friends who were like, "Oh yeah, they do a giant music festival here every single year. Red Hot Chili Peppers played right there. The Strokes played over there. I saw this whatever Silver Sun pickups there," and I'm like, Are you kidding me? Are you for real right now? And I still feel like that because it's like you look around, you see the city. Lollapalooza is its own thing.
Lollapalooza is iconic. Okay, fine. It's not the Coachella of the Midwest. It is Lollapalooza.
Yeah, Lollapalooza is definitely like Lollapalooza.
That's true. I think people slap a palooza after things and a cella, but also a Roo. I had a Becca Roo theme party one year.
That's true.
It was like actually better than Bonner.
It was yeah.
There was some weather delays, right? I mean,
There was no weather delay. There was no tweaker on our campsite.
There was no brand activations.
There were no brand activations. There's no Zin tents. But yeah, you're right. You have a point.
No, I just like Lala's fun, and it's like the same thing. The one thing I say is like if there's no music, it's like, what are we doing? We're like going to the Hollister activation to get some jeans. We're going to the Patron tent to get a $21 cocktail. Like there is like a lack of activities, but if you have a good lineup and you're excited about the music that's being played, I think Lala is great for that.
I've never been at Lollapalooza and felt like, boy, do I want an activity. Like
yeah,
I
there's
feel
a
like
lot of music.
There's a
going
lot
on.
of music on all of the time. Like, and if they did have an activity, I feel like it'd be like 97,000 people there.
Or it's like exhausting, or you're exhausted
Yeah.
and you need to get food, and and there's probably still music that you're gonna be missing while you get food.
Yeah, I will say, like, just having gone for a while, they do cater to like an up and coming, like whatever is getting hot at the time. So sometimes I
Talking
just
about
look.
food or music.
What?
Talking about food or music.
I'm sorry.
Up and coming food
talking-
vendors.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, "Are you talking about food vendors?"
No, I'm just like I look at some of the stage lineups outside of
Oh.
Perry's, and I'm like, wow, I only know like 4 people that are playing today.
They do cater to like the up and coming pop section. Well, I think we're
Yes.
just not in that realm.
Yeah, just totally like I used to be more in that realm, and now I feel like very far from that
Yeah.
realm to the point of like I like yesterday I knew Turnstile and the XX and this like rap group called What More, and that was the only not Perry's acts I knew all day. It was kind of crazy. Oh, and Tate McRae.
Oh my God, I love Tate McRae. She was a headliner.
But there's no. I feel like Lala Festival recap is just good. See some music. I'm not doing too much. Not whatever. It's just a good bit of fun with friends. Alice in Wonderland afters though. That was
Dude,
very cool.
She can do no wrong in my book. She's a top. She's actually made it onto my Mount Rushmore.
Your Mount
at this
Rushmore.
point.
I
Yeah.
love an artist with range.
Yeah, she plays every genre, just dark and cool and amazing mixing,
Great
just
energy.
all over the place.
Yeah, I was. Everybody loves her too. Like at Lala, there was a crowd that was about as just diverse as you can get. There were some people that were like definitely not there for electronic music that were just getting down to Alice in Wonderland. There was mud wrestling, mosh pitting.
Mud wrestling at Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Not the actual mud wrestling event wasn't at Alice.
There was an actual mud wrestling event, like an official,
Yeah. There was a
like Lollapalooza sanctioned.
Yeah, no, it was put on by this journalist. I think it was a lesbian mud wrestling event.
Got it.
At T-Mobile.
Did it happen?
Yeah, I saw videos.
I saw
of it.
videos.
Yeah.
I was honestly like in disbelief that happened, but
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
That would never happen at Bonnaroo.
Um,
Actually, I take that back.
that would so happen.
That would so happen at
That's
Bonnaroo.
that's
Probably
like feels
happens
like a
every time.
Bonnaroo activity.
So I did some research on some stuff, and we're doing a little bit differently this time. I'm just gonna tell you guys some stuff. Chime in, interrupt me, whatever.
Big brain hours with Jonah.
But yeah, so I just have some stuff here. So so we're gonna talk about AI in music and like how it relates to Spotify and how it relates to these like AI music generator tools and software and all that stuff. So, I mean, what do you guys know about that? I mean, Trevor, I know you're a big Suno guy. I think you're like really involved in the Suno subreddit and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Been super into it.
Aren't you a mod on the Suno subreddit?
Yeah. No, get into it. Get into it. I'm
No,
excited.
so basically, so like my first thing is, I mean, the first thing is like, this article from Gadget Review says that Spotify removed 75 million AI tracks, and they're like still going, and it's like, I remember like I saw some Reddit comment that like, made a point about like how much music that is and how many songs that is and just like that sheer like 75 million, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're not banning AI. It's not like AI is fundamentally against the rules. They're just not allowed to steal intellectual property IP, you're not allowed to clone voices, and you're not allowed to. There's something about spam filters, and there's metadata standards. So it's basically like if you like sorry, I'm getting a little tripped up here. Basically, Spotify wants to tell the users if something is AI. It's like if it's AI generated or if it's AI assisted, Spotify wants the users to know.
But does it tag if a song is AI generated or AI
So
assisted?
it's a good question. You need to tag it yourself if you're uploading AI music. So it's and Spotify added that rule after like pushback and after there were some AI generated songs added.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit sketchy, and Spotify is not gonna look great at the end of this episode. But basically, it's like they at some point they realize that there's a lot of like voice clones and inauthentically created music, and so like that's what they're removing, and they're also and on like the other side of it, kind of on like the back end, they're trying to block AI companies from scraping the entire catalog.
Yeah.
I don't have it written in my notes, but there was a case where they basically caught someone for like downloading all of Spotify or like kind of scraping a ton of the Spotify catalog, and this person got just like I don't know if it was a prison sentence or if it was like a fine, but they got absolutely destroyed by a legal case against Spotify. And so they're really cracking down on that, right? So you can't put fake AI stuff that's not actually real, or that's not actually like you can't claim to be someone else and use AI. And you also don't want people scraping this entire catalog.
Does that mean the big EDM song "I Run" that famously ripped Georgia Smith's like vocals, like they used the Georgia Smith clone to record it? Is that still on Spotify?
Probably is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We can check.
What is it? What's it called?
"I Run" by Haven. It's that the vocals were basically Georgia Smith's, but it was like not her.
I mean, I see it here, but it says the Caitlin Aragon is the.
Oh
the
yeah, he had to
vocalist.
re-record it with a new vocalist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
Oh.
what happened. Yeah.
Who's this artist?
Oh, this artist,
Haven?
their entire top 5 songs are
Just "I
just
Run."
David Guetta remix of I Run, James
Yeah.
Hype remix.
I think the fact that 75 million songs are scraped from Spotify shows, and also like, I don't know, AI music became pervasive not that long ago. Like I think within the past year, it's been a big conversation, but people have been probably making AI music for like maximum 2 years. I think it's like
Yeah.
so.
75 million is crazy.
But that's how easy it is to pop a text prompt into Suno and get a song and upload it. Like you don't have any of the artistry and time that it takes to actually produce a real. Yeah, I'll call it a real track. AI music is not real. You can hear it, you can listen to it, but it's not real music. But that's insane.
I hear my favorite argument for AI that I see. It's my favorite to argue against is that
That it's cheaper.
AI is somehow like pushing the boundaries of music. It's doing exactly
Wrong
the
take.
opposite of that. It is actually just regressing us.
Right.
I'm seeing
because
like
how do you train the model?
Yeah.
Right? What do you put in? What do you put into that model?
they're not like putting in G Jones to the models. I'll tell you that.
But like even if like yeah, I mean well I guess like G Jones is interesting because it's so different. It's
Yeah.
so different, right? And it's like, and I feel like even a lot with specifically with EDM, specifically with like bass music and dubstep and stuff, like something is cool because it sounds different and unexpected. Like
Yeah.
when the drop comes and you're like, I had no concept of what that was going to sound like.
Yeah.
That's what's cool. And fundamentally, you can't do that with AI generated.
You can't do subtronic sound design.
No, there's not enough technical control, and like at some point that's not going to be an argument. Like there will be, like if the models keep getting better, like there will be. It's just like
that.
there's just you can't replace the soul of the music and the creation and just
The art.
the individual decisions, the fills that make the drops interesting,
Yeah.
the surprises. It's just kind of like it's just recycled.
Yeah.
I'm so anti. I saw I don't know who it is. If you do know who it is, you can tag this person in the comments. But there's a creator on TikTok that goes and kind of exposes DJs that are using AI vocalists in their tracks.
Yes.
And it's great. And then it does uncover, like, people in the comments would be like, I didn't even know that was AI. I was listening to an AI track, whatever. But there have been people that come into the comment section to defend their use of AI and like AI vocalists because they're like, well, I can't afford the $5,000, the $2,000 for this vocalist, so, but I can, do this with AI, with Suno, or whatever they're using. But then to that point, like, you can just find another vocalist you can afford if you really want vocalists on your track. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to put Hala on your track.
What did
like,
what did Disco Line say again? No broke boys.
Oh. I was like, what? Yeah, no broke boys.
I'm kidding. There are vocalists you can work with.
There are vocalists that you
There's
can
also
work
like
with.
there's also Splice, right? Like
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
go and rip some vocals and
Yeah,
you know.
there are vocal sample packs, like especially in the world of like dubstep. There are a million real human recorded vocals you can use in a drop, and you can chop it, sample it a million trillion ways without having to, get an AI vocalist.
Yeah, right. So in terms of like what Spotify is allowing is they allow AI remixes and covers and AI assisted mixing and mastering, which I think is also an interesting kind of like thing, right? Like, mixing and mastering is a whole is an art and it's a science, right? If you could kind of just press a button and make it work, it's definitely not like mastering and mixing are like there's a correct way to do it because it's like it's an art in itself. But like Trevor, what do you think about that? You produce music. What would you think of a tool that kind of helps you along with that process, saves you some time, does something that you were going to do anyway?
This might be a hot take, but it matters less to me if it's not making like creative decisions in the music. If you're gonna like use an AI mastering chain to make your songs hit louder or better or whatever, that's not too far off from what producers were doing before. If you're using like a mastering plugin and using like a preset, or it's just like it's the process does involve taste in a lot of cases when you're using like a mixing and mastering engineer. And I think the people that were doing that are still going to be doing that and not turning to AI. And if someone wants to, like, I feel a lot less bad about someone cheaping out I don't want to say cheaping out, just spending less money and using AI mastering or like an AI assisted mastering plugin. That feels way less bad to me because it's not like making any like
It's not making the art.
creative decisions,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. It's like, I think like we all kind of, I don't think anyone here is like super anti AI in terms of like work and stuff. Like, AI tools are being used, but
I get more and more anti AI every day.
but basically Spotify's approach is like, AI created stuff is fine. You can use AI. Don't copy anybody, and also they don't want like people flooding the platform with 30-second rain sounds. They don't want that, which I think is like that's gonna be hard to police. And also like as you might be able to tell in this whole story, like Spotify's pretty reactive to stuff. But
yeah, I mean, I don't want to come off too negative on Spotify, but they're not doing this because they want to. They're doing it to save their ass. All they care about is the money coming in.
It's very reactive.
Yeah. One thing that I wanted to bring up that was just like so insane to me is I was on an AI deep dive on Spotify.
Yeah.
And I found this artist that showed up in a playlist called Drillix.
Oh my god.
and I click on it, and it's like an obviously AI generated photo that looks like Reaper. It's like a guy in like a skull mask, kind of like Reaper does.
Yeah.
And all of the songs were just dubstep covers. It was like let's just say it's like some Morgan Wallen song, and then it's like M dash dubstep. And
Okay.
then
That's very interesting.
yeah. So then I go and I'm like, this is obviously like an AI artist, and then I go down to the related artists, and there's just like 12 of these guys. There's this
AI artists?
There's this dude with pink hair who's AI generated named Kurger Bing, like Burger King with the B in the
my
K
God.
switch.
I hate that.
And they all have like 20 songs that are just like regular song M dash dubstep. And I go down, they have no bios. The pictures are AI generated, and they're all managed by the same person.
No way.
Which means one person or one company
Is
made like
monetizing off of all of those fake artists.
yeah, and they all have like between 50 and 100,000 monthly listeners.
That's insane.
Okay, so that's a perfect
Yeah.
that's a perfect lead in to the next thing.
Yeah.
And that is that Spotify and Universal are teaming up to let you like legally use AI to remix existing songs. Like they are on board with this.
Uh-oh. What's going to happen to his whole career?
Cut that.
Oh.
All right, that's gonna.
Yeah. All right.
Am I wrong?
So, Rolling Stone article published in on May 21st of this year said that basically there were lawsuits between not Suno but Udio. Have you guys heard of Udio?
I have heard of it. Yeah.
It's like another AI music company. Universal and Warner had lawsuits with Udio, and they settled their lawsuits, and they decided to strike a deal to make a subscription service with like song morphing abilities, right? So we have artists who create music and they own their music, or actually I guess the labels own the music,
the labels own
right?
the music,
And
yeah.
and the labels were pissed that these AI companies were reproducing and storing the songs for training that they didn't have the licensing for. And so they had lawsuits open, but then at some point, they got together and were like, oh, actually, let's just work together, and we're gonna just make this all above board. And then so Spotify got involved in the deal, and so Spotify and Universal are extending that template onto the streaming platform. And there's not a launch date for this, but basically what this article from Rolling Stone said was that it would be a paid add-on for Spotify Premium subscribers. Artists would opt in and opt out. And so like, instead of kind of this underground, unlicensed, like, whack-a-mole game with like, you got to like go and find these whatever, like remixed, unsanctioned remix kind of situation. Instead of that, just bring the labels in and put it on Spotify and say, oh yeah, okay, Morgan Wallen, are you down for your music to be remixed into dubstep? And it's like, any one of us can go and type a prompt in and select from the songs that are licensed on this, because the labels and Spotify think that this is a cool idea, that people should be able to remix music with AI.
Rest in peace, every bass flip from now until ever.
There's just going to be like 15 versions of every bass flip on Spotify, and they're all going to be bad.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys think like artists are going to be into this? Do you think Alice in Wonderland is going to be like, oh yeah, remix all my songs? That sounds great.
I don't think so. I feel like there's probably some artists that like don't give a shit.
I mean, there's going to be some kind of payout from it, right? Like it's like another extension of licensing.
Yeah, and they're gonna dangle money because it's so stupid. Because like as an artist, like why, like it's just gonna be very hard to turn down
Extra streams.
They're putting artists in a really horrible spot with this.
I mean, I'm just like, to me it feels like, I don't know about your guys' jobs, but like if you have a boss who's just like, oh yeah, AI, let's use AI.
Yeah.
AI sounds great. Use AI, no matter what you're doing, use AI, right?
Yeah.
It feels like the labels in Spotify are like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. Everybody should use this, right? And it's like, so if I pay for this premium feature on Spotify, I can make like a poop remix out of some pop song, and the artist is like going to be into it. Like that's what the labels think right now. You know, like
I don't think they think the artists are gonna like their hard work being turned into
Poop.
poop dubstep.
I'm like a little, I don't know. I think I'm a little confused on how this works. Cause like, is it currently like up and running? Like this is already
no,
in place?
there's not a
No,
launch
but,
date.
But
It's-
people have been doing it. Like, you know, they're just at a certain point, like artists have just like stopped caring and releasing remixes on Spotify that they
I thought you have to get things cleared. John Summit has that song with Britney Spears that was like he was playing out forever and ever. People are begging him to drop it on Spotify. Then finally he was able to clear it with Britney Spears's, the people at large that own her music, and then he was able to put it on Spotify. But is that how it works for every single song?
I started seeing people just not caring about the rules. You
Well,
know,
it's-
not everybody is John Summit. Not everybody can like talk to Britney Spears's people. You know.
Well, it's the whack-a-mole thing, and also
Yeah.
like there's also situations where, I didn't like read this exactly, but I understand that if you like Spotify has all these crawlers and stuff that are gonna like remove stuff that that kind of like hit. It's like a detecting fraud kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like a fraud detection sort of thing. So sometimes it's gonna falsely flag it, and it's gonna get taken down until there's like a review process, and then it's gonna get put back on. Like that happened with with Tape B's song. Was it called Dopamine?
Dopamine.
Is it called Dopamine?
The Tape B Wooly song?
Yeah, Dopamine. Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with that song?
Yeah, it came out and then it was like taken off Spotify for like
Cruise in the,
couple of weeks.
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah. And then it's like, but it was all above board. It was all legit, but they had to like go through whatever
Yeah,
process,
yeah.
right? So that happens, right? And so there's like that, and there's also people who are just blasting AI stuff and probably like, I don't know, maybe they like change the key or something, and then suddenly they get past the filters.
Yeah.
But it's a battle now, right? It's a battle of,
I have a hot take
yeah. So,
that just came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like AI makes more people believe that they could make and should make music.
I think you can probably say it about anything with AI.
Sure, but I don't think everyone can and should be creating music.
Okay, here's my thing. I think music is a very not everybody likes it. I know people who like aren't super into music, but I think it's something that throughout time has been like shared human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people have tastes and opinions about music. I think given time and commitment and determination, anyone can make music to a certain level.
I agree, but you like put in work, you like learn, you practice, you appreciate, like.
Yeah.
But now anyone can go in and create. I can go in tonight and make an AI generated track. I know nothing about music production. I have questionable music taste. Like that's. I
I mean, I'd say that's not even like producing music. That's
yeah, but like you know what I mean. But like I don't have any of that background. But I can go and create a track and put it out on Spotify.
yeah. You're creating the track, but you're not like making music.
Yeah, yeah.
and you can, and that's your music, right? You made it, but you didn't make it.
I think music is for everyone, but I don't think everyone should be making music.
I think there's there's got to be some sort of bad intention of going into Suno, making a track and like releasing it as your own thing. There's just some like weird
People be doing that.
yeah.
I'm sure Kurger Bing or whatever does that.
I mean,
Kurger
fundamentally,
Bing isn't real. It's not a real
I know,
person.
but you know
It's
what
not
I
a real
mean.
person.
But you know what I mean?
I mean, fundamentally, like it's kind of like all of the AI stuff, right? It's all
Yeah.
of like, like the ironic thing of OpenAI and Anthropic being upset about Chinese models like taking their ideas or taking their weights and stuff, and then it's being like, well, how did they train the models on OpenAI and Anthropic? They scraped the entire internet of all the stuff that all these people have made for hundreds of years,
Yeah,
right?
and they
I don't like how ominous that sounds.
got a bunch of books and transcribed them and then
Burn them. Is that verified? Is that alleged? Well, the fact that I don't like that, but alleged.
But at the end of the day, what frustrates me the most about this is we're straying further and further away from, I think, core aspects of what makes us human. You
For
know,
sure.
Yeah.
it's it's just like I've always thought music has been so cool, like going out and seeing these people who, have poured their heart and soul into making this art that we resonate with so much and gather to see, and the chain of inspiration, seeing someone you love and then, starting to DJ yourself or starting to learn guitar or get into like electronic production. It's just like
Teaching your friends how to
it just
DJ.
it just feels like
Oh, yeah.
that chain is breaking, and we're straying further and further away from what makes music good,
I agree.
I
We're also
agree.
like oversaturating. Like I feel like it's obviously already really difficult for artists to like make music, put their music out, get exposure for their music, like make money off their music. Like all of that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and
Yeah.
it doesn't work for everyone either. And I think we're just making it. I'm saying we as if I am AI, but I think AI is making that more difficult for like actually talented artists, and that makes me really sad.
Yeah, it was already starting to get bad when we started making artists have to like dance to their music on TikTok
Oh
to
my
blow
God.
up. And now we're just like, now you're gonna have people. Now I see
You have to go
people.
viral,
Yeah,
and you have to use an AI bot.
I see people that are releasing like AI Joel Corey ripoffs, like that super basic, like whatever that type of house is. I don't even know what that type of house
Corporate
is.
house.
And they're on camera dancing, and I comment on every single one of their videos. I'm like, yo, who's the vocalist for this? Because it's just so obviously AI.
Oh
That's
my
funny.
God. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think we should all just like we should all support the artists that we like, and we should
Yeah.
go to the shows, and we should, not settle for something that's not actually good, right?
Yeah.
And you know, let's just like keep showing up for the good artists, and stay vigilant, right? Like stay
If you
stay
see something,
stay
say
committed.
It is on. It is literally. It is, yeah. Like it is literally
Yeah, definitely
on.
comment.
It is on the discretion of the consumer. I will say, like going forward.
But the average consumer is
No,
not bright.
if you are into music, be diligent. If you are into music, be diligent. Just don't.
We don't want to lose music, right?
Yeah, we
Which I
really-
don't know. Like maybe it's not. Maybe it's like it might not be that big of a deal,
Yeah.
right? It might be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I just mean like it could be that like in a couple of years it'd be like, oh yeah, remember when we thought AI music was gonna like be the thing,
I
and
don't
then it's
know.
like, no, I mean, it could totally be like this, but it could also like we never really know. I mean, there were people who thought like Google glasses were gonna be the future, which we're kind of getting closer now to that again, but like that was what like that was like more than 10 years ago.
I don't
and it
remember
didn't
what
happen.
Google
Yeah, the
Glasses
only-
are.
Yeah, see, you don't remember, right? So it's like it could be like that, but at the same time, it could also be
Are
like,
you
oh,
sure that happened, or is that like a mandala effect? or
I
whatever?
have a picture of
Mandela
myself
effect?
Mandela
wearing
effect, yeah.
wearing Google glasses.
Fine.
That
If you have
a
photo
friend,
evidence, then
a
it
friend
definitely
had.
happened.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're getting to that back to that anyway with the Snapchat and the Meta glasses and whatever. But anyway, so in terms of like back to the point of the AI companies and like how they like train their models, right? They have to train their models on music. So back to the labels and Suno and Udio. Some of the suits have settled, like like the deal I just talked about, but Sony's still holding out. They're not settled. They haven't settled at all.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. So the apps, so basically like the app side of it in these actual lawsuits, the apps claim fair use. They're like, hey, fair use. We can do it. Fair use, in case you don't know, is a legal doctrine in the United States that says that you could use copyrighted material without permission. But in the context of like reviewing it, criticizing it, like citing it, like that's why you could like quote a book in a movie, and it's like it's okay as long as you're not like ripping off the book. And then, but a lot of people don't agree with that. So the looming fair use question is going to be pushed off until next spring. There's a court date in Boston in like April of next year. But the kind of latest big thing, which was actually
Did you read my article on EDM.com? The one I sent about Suno and your
no,
class
I didn't.
action lawsuit.
Oh
my God, you guys
I
are
did.
fake,
Oh yeah, no, the
fake,
class action
fake.
lawsuit. So class action lawsuit. Well, that's because like they like leaked like.
There's a
Like,
data breach, and they
was
also
a data-
didn't tell anyone.
There was a data breach, right? So that's another it's another strike against Suno. It doesn't really have to do with the AI.
No, but I'm just asking. I just wanted to see if you guys read my work.
You signed up for Suno.
For Suno,
Yeah.
didn't we all do that?
Wait,
together?
did we do that with?
We all did that together.
Did we do that with the Burnout Report email?
I don't know.
Oh, great.
Well, they're probably hacking into all our shit because
We've been
because they're scum.
hacked.
So the fair use question is like it's pushed off until next spring in the U.S. But there was something that happened in Germany, and it was basically this thing called Gemma or Gemma. It's an organization that represents music creators, right? So the writers, the composers, people who create the music. Gemma represents them, and Gemma is suing Suno for training songs without a license, specifically 6 songs, including like Forever Young, Mambo Number 5, Rasputin, a couple other songs. And the court ruled that Suno breached U.S. and German copyright law, right? And so Suno lost, and it's basically saying you stored this music and you trained your model on it. You didn't have the right to do that. You didn't have the licensing. So Suno got clapped in this lawsuit. And they also produce songs that were basically just ripoffs of these original songs.
Yeah.
So you could basically go on Suno and produce, Forever Young or Mambo Number 5, and it's totally against copyright law, right? So yeah, basically, so these are some lawsuits going on.
I wish they would do that with books. I have no idea how like licensing and like rights to written word works, but I feel like I would hope the same thing applies to books as it does to music. I hope the authors out there in the literature realm are like gonna stand up against this. I know nothing about that.
It's got to happen, right? Because it's like, where did the LLMs like get this stuff, right? Where did they actually
From humans, everything that
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
ever putting out.
I know.
From speech, every time you talk to Claude, like it's from people.
Yeah, it's from people, and it's from whoever owns it, right? And so it's like, in some ways you could probably say, like, if you put a video on YouTube and YouTube says, oh yeah, you could use this, then that's how that would go. But yeah, I'm sure we're gonna have like more and more of this stuff, but it obviously is a really big deal with music, because like Trevor, you just spent 3 days at Lollapalooza. Like, you obviously we care about music. We spend a lot of money to go and see
time.
our favorite musicians. Like,
I have a take.
Yeah.
I think whatever Suno has already generated, I think AI should only be able to be trained on AI music.
That would just get progressively worse and worse.
So it just becomes it slop cycles itself
Yeah.
into oblivion.
Well, where does it start?
Some other slop. Pick a slop.
Like you take all the songs you have on Suno, it's a recursive model. It can only train on itself over and over again until we're
So
in
what's the
slop-oblivion.
seed?
What?
What's the initial seed?
Well, the initial,
Just what we have already?
The initial seed are the ripoffs that have already been created.
Okay.
I just think I've like, I just think if you just keep feeding AI into a recursive loop, even if it's already like trained on some songs already, we're just gonna get worse and worse results. And I think that's what we need
Until
to
it
do to see.
explodes.
Yeah, I would love to see that, because like I remember seeing some examples of like of like putting these two AI things together to talk to each other, and eventually they like create a religion, and it's just like, wow. Love that. That's great. It's just like it's just a slop recursion factory.
Slop fest. Slopapalooza.
I think that would be. I think that.
Sloparoo.
I think that would be really like. Honestly, it's a little self. I just think it'd be really funny to witness like what would happen if AI could only like just continually train on like worse and worse iterations of AI music.
Well, contact your local music rights representative. I don't know how to do that, but
I don't think you have a local music rights representative.
you don't think so?
No.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
look into
contact
that.
your local representative and tell them that you hate data centers.
We'll put it in the description.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to Spotify. So Spotify's using AI a lot.
Yeah.
Like in their like company operations, right?
Hey,
And-
I'm your Spotify DJ.
He was around before AI, no?
I feel like-
no, it was AI.
It was AI.
He's AI?
Yeah.
Well, I don't use them anyway.
So Spotify's been using a lot of like, they've Spotify like
Are they using AI when they shuffle my likes? Because they give me the same 8 songs over and over again, and I have
Yes.
3,000 like songs.
well, that's actually they've been doing that. They don't do a random shuffle, and that's like
Why don't they get a grip?
I've heard that a lot. That's not even an AI thing. That's just like like, I mean, part of Spotify's whole business is like I was going to get to this later, but they like I give Spotify leeway, right? Because they invented this whole streaming platform thing, right?
They didn't. Someone else would.
Well, Spotify invented it, right? And so Spotify invented this thing where you can go and open it up and just listen to anything, right? And they also invented the other side of it where anyone can make music, before AI, let's just forget about AI for a second. Anyone could make music and they could put it on Spotify and anybody in the world could listen to it, right? You don't need a record label, you don't need to make CDs, you don't need to whatever. And that's pretty amazing. That's pretty groundbreaking. But you know what? Spotify barely made any profit for a long time. And I think they're just starting to make profit recently, but they got very thin profit margins. And of course, a big criticism of Spotify is that they don't pay the artists very well. They don't pay out these royalties.
Because the system doesn't make sense. People should be buying music. That might be a hot take.
But how,
Jonah.
how would we find all this music that we all listen to, right?
On SoundCloud?
Buy it?
On SoundCloud, on Bandcamp, you should be on Bandcamp.
We've lost the sacred text.
SoundCloud's the same thing. SoundCloud, you're either
SoundCloud
going to be
doesn't
paying.
care about profit margins, bro. It's like a big side
I don't
project.
know. SoundCloud makes money.
Dude, I don't think.
But
SoundCloud is a music focused platform. Spotify.
That's
is
true.
not.
That's true.
Yeah. Spotify is corporate. It's so corporate.
Okay, but
I
like
don't discover music well on Spotify. If the big pro Spotify, this is a great discussion. The big pro for Spotify is like, oh, we can discover music easily. No, you can't. I like a song and I go to the radio, like that song's radio. It's giving me half of the shit that's on there. I've already listened to it. I've already liked it, and it's not related to the track that I was there for in the first place.
my point is, Spotify changed the way that we listen to music.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Because it used to be you have CDs. You have iTunes. You can buy the individual songs, right? But like they're like, and then it would be the big artists, right? It would be a lot harder to get your music out there. Like think about how easy it is to send someone a link to your stuff, right? You can make something. You get Ableton. You could get Reaper for free, right? You can make your music. You could put it out there, and it's not like it's gonna get blasted out to everybody right away, but it is out there and it's on the internet, right?
Yeah, but you are much and like I said, there's similar platforms. You are much more likely as a small artist to be found on SoundCloud.
Okay, but I don't think SoundCloud would exist without Spotify.
I think SoundCloud existed before Spotify.
Okay, I just think that
Fact check.
Fact checking.
All right,
second.
fine.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh wait, no. Okay, wait. Sorry. Spotify came first by founding date, but SoundCloud launched its platform to the public first.
Okay, so that's what matters more.
Yeah. Dude, wait, hold up. They came out 10 days apart in 2008.
It's a big psyop by Big Music.
That kind of sounds like the whole iPhone and like Google phone thing that were pretty much like the same thing racing to the market,
Yeah, totally. Maybe that's a bad argument. I just like I see what you're saying, how it's like accessible to anybody, but I don't think people are making their careers start by releasing music onto Spotify. I just don't think it's an artist-focused platform.
I basically like my point is like Spotify is big and it's meant to be big and it's meant to be a scale thing.
Yeah.
Right. And scale, right? Like like I think about like some bands, right? I mean, ironically, this band Dive that I used to listen to, I kind of slightly feel negatively about this, but like I listened to them a lot in college and they criticize Spotify, right? For all the same reasons that everybody criticizes Spotify for, right? Like it's unethical, they're not paying people enough. But at the same time, Dive does shows in Indonesia, right? Dive does shows in the Philippines.
Yeah.
How would they know that they have fans there? It's from Spotify. Obviously, it's from Spotify. Spotify gives you the tools to see where you have fans. And it's like,
What is YouTube?
And so like with Spotify, it's like it's created this new thing of you could put your music out there. You're probably not going to make money off your music, but you can get fans. You can get a following because it's scalable. It's out there. SoundCloud is obviously like really cool with being able to like just be more free with it, but you definitely just have more people just like getting Spotify and catching on to things, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like pretty clear, and I think Spotify paved the way for that.
They might have. I just think with Spotify, you have to fight to find music for the most part.
Right, and so the other side of it is obviously that like they don't pay the artists out very well, but the other side is the artists can pay a little bit to get higher weights on your shuffle, That's why, the same music comes up in your shuffle all the time.
Oh,
I think
ooh.
You pay for playlist placement too.
They even have yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. I even have a note somewhere on Spotify that's just like, by the way, we gotta make money somehow, so we kind of promote some stuff here.
Everything is an ad.
So it's like, I personally don't use any like Spotify generated playlists. I look for the artist created playlists, which are so fire that you can go and find like,
That is fire.
interplanetary criminal like picks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. But now, and it's like, so basically my whole point in saying that is that like Spotify, I give Spotify some leeway in like creating that, and like basically, I know they didn't create it, I know they weren't the first, but I think they like created that scale. But they got to make money somehow, and now they're pivoting to AI, and they really think this whole AI thing is going to work.
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
For example, so the developers are all using Spotify. They're all using AI. They claimed on an earnings call in February that their developers hadn't written a single line of code since December.
Hate that also.
They said like it's sketchy, right? So they told a story.
Not working anymore.
They told a story where a developer used AI tools from his phone on his commute to the office to kick off a build of the app, get it sent to him via Slack and test it, and then like push the feature from their phone.
Is
all
that
on
even
their
secure
commute.
to do?
It can be. It's all very just like I mean, well, you'd push all that stuff through the internet anyway, but it's wild. It's a lot going on, just pushing buttons and making a bunch of automatic AI shit happen, right? And so, but in addition to that, I won't get too deep into the weeds here, but
Spotify, sponsor us.
yeah, we're gonna. So they have AI focused features. I don't know if you guys have seen the AI assistant. You could like chat
On
and you
Spotify?
could create a playlist.
No.
I do not want a chatbot in my music platform.
Well, it's
GTFOs.
already there.
What
so
are we doing? Yeah.
So there's also AI Q&A for podcasts.
No.
So you can ask questions about topics and summarize the episode.
Then what's the point of making a podcast? Listen to a podcast. Oh my god, people have issues with their attention span now. Put us on 1.5 speed and sit down and listen to it.
Jonah, I just cannot. I understand that they might have done a good thing in 2007.
I'm not defending Spotify. I just had to say say that I give Spotify leeway. We all use
You're just
Spotify.
giving us their
Yeah.
product release notes.
Sorry, but what was?
I don't know.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I just cut you off. So.
Dude, I love talking about this stuff, but it also doesn't make me feel good. you know?
Okay.
I feel bad. I feel negative.
Okay, well, we're gonna just keep going for a little bit longer. So another thing that
We're
that
sitting with our discomfort.
that they talked about is if you don't, you guys are not gonna like this.
No.
So another feature is you can you can generate a personal podcast from a prompt.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh, I know that my friend Trevor really likes drum and bass. So can you make him a really generic drum and bass playlist? Is that what's gonna happen?
So, well, no,
I
a
have-
podcast.
Oh, a podcast. Sorry, I thought you said playlist.
This
Too
is like
edgy.
I looked at it, and it's like I just had to like try it out, right? So, for the podcast, this whole podcast is actually AI generated. No, I'm just kidding. But
Jonah sucked Lake Michigan dry.
it's
for this.
So there's like it's basically like a Claude skill, which means it's like an extra prompt that you just like give to Claude. It's not even like a real
Yeah.
tool, but and it required a little bit of work to like set that up. But I did this thing that they talked about in their like article, and it was like a city briefing, right? So you can get a city briefing on like weather and like concerts going on in your city. You can hook up your calendar to it, whatever. And it told me that Lollapalooza was going on. And this was today. So it's wrong. It doesn't even...
It doesn't have a good concept of date and time.
No, it's fully wrong. So it talked about other stuff going on in August, but, it was wrong about that. So, but it uploads it to your personal Spotify. So, yeah. But then there's another thing that I think it's out now already. I didn't download or anything, but there's something called Studio by Spotify Labs. And it's basically like a standalone desktop app that generates personalized audio based on all your stuff. You can hook up your calendar, you can hook up your email, your notes, your messages, and you can generate audio based on whatever you want with this app. And it includes the personalized podcast feature. So Spotify is now trying to be like the king of just audio in general. They're trying to just like, obviously they do music and they do podcasts, but they want to be the audio creator for your life and for your productivity. And my biggest thing about this is like, I had to say the thing about the leeway because I just like, that's just my opinion. But the other side of it is like, dude, this is my soapbox here. Like, I'm a software engineer. Use AI if you want, as long as you're validating your code, as long as you're confident with your code. It's your code still. Like, you're still responsible for it. But if the outcome is bad, it's on you. And Spotify has gotten slower. It's gotten more bloated. It just doesn't work sometimes. I pull up my podcast page when I'm about to walk my dog. Numa's looking at me like, what are you waiting for? What are we doing here? Because I'm just looking at this thing loading, and it's just like, why are you spending all this time making all this AI bullshit that nobody wants, and you're not even making, you're not even improving your own app?
A lot of these like execs in tech and AI, I think, are really out of touch with what like the common user wants, because they're just motivated by like AI makes everything faster and we make more money and then we can hire less people and yada yada yada. And I feel this way about a lot of like, I think for the most part, these people that are so high up are so out of touch with what the normal person wants. Like, I don't know why nothing on Apple works anymore, but I go to my text messages in the messaging app, and I go and I type in someone's name, and nothing pops up. I'm looking for my mother, and it acts like it doesn't exist. Are you kidding me? Like, as if I've never texted my mom before. Like, I was on the train today, and it never actually pulled anyone up at all. I had to go to like the address book, find my mom, and go to message, and that's been happening a lot. So like nothing is working anymore. Oh, but I'm really glad that I have all these like cool features where it can read all my calendar things and all my emails and the weather, and I can wake up and it can tell me all these things.
Becca, why don't you just generate a podcast with AI?
Yeah, so you don't have to text your mom anymore.
All
Yeah.
the soul has
You
left
can
my
get AI
eyes.
to text your mom for you. You know, you don't even have to worry about it.
I have a question for you guys. When because it's been a while for me. When was the last time you guys got excited about a technological advancement?
I gotta go back in the files.
I like can't even remember.
When the Wii came out in 2007. That's the last time I felt excited.
I think when it became a normal thing for cars to have auto stop, I was
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
excited about
No,
that because
yeah.
that's like a life-saving feature, and that's
Yeah.
not AI, by the way.
Yeah.
We're talking about any technology. Backup cameras on cars. That was a great thing.
That was
great
really
when
good.
that.
They should replace that with AI.
Those are,
Oh my
those are
God.
both really good. Yeah, let's just AI generate what the back of your car thinks.
You
is
put your
behind.
car in
that's what
reverse.
Tesla does.
You put your car in reverse, and then it has like, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. We think there's a small child behind, but we're not sure. Check. What's another technological advancement that has been? Oh, you know those really interesting soda machines that have like an interface, and you can, like, mix and match your flavor.
Oh,
you know what I'm
the
talking about?
Coca-Cola freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's a good one.
dude, Kraft Heinz created that for sauces.
No way.
But I haven't seen it before.
I haven't seen a sauce machine.
I've not seen that.
I would go crazy for a sauce machine.
Yeah, so they made it so that you could like combine, ketchup and chipotle mayo or whatever.
Sick. Why have I never seen that?
And then apparently they use
did
it
this?
to feed the Kraft Heinz.
Kraft Heinz, if you're listening to this, email me.
They use it
Please.
to collect the data and then like they like use that data to create some sauce and put it in the store.
Yeah.
That's corporate data stuff
These
for
are the
good.
technological advancements that people care about and want.
Yeah. I think the last one I had was actually, it's not too long ago, but it's not super useful to anybody but musicians, but I thought Ableton 12 had some like insane updates.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like there were a lot of cool tools that I think just allow. I think every time Ableton comes up with a new update, the people that are working for Ableton are just so creative and out of the box
They're
thinkers.
wizards.
Yeah, wizards. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, so just allowing people to interact with sound in a very like organic and nuanced way, and there was just some fun. And dude, seeing people test these out and like try to make stuff with them, it was just the coolest thing ever for a little bit. And I think
is
that's
really
like
cool.
every time Ableton has an update where I'm like, this is exciting. This is artist focused. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And like I know there's some feature. I feel like there's some features that might have, you know, have some sort of like AI tag to them, but I don't think they're like generating sounds. You know, I think
Yep.
they're just like, you know, seeding things
You know,
or
smooth this
whatever.
out,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
Another technological advancement that was not that long ago was the air fryer. I think that was a positive one. I think anything after that has really been downhill because think about it. It was air fryers, and then we got AI. Air fryers and then open AI. Like that. That's it.
Air fryers, like, you know, gives people a way to like, you know, heat up food in a healthy and tasty way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's tastier than baking and healthier than
You don't
frying.
have to preheat anything.
So good.
It's so good.
AI could never.
AI could never. AI could never.
AI could never make me healthy chicken tenders.
AI could never defrost my waffle in the morning.
I was literally about to say I wasn't going to say AI could never air fry. I was going to say AI could never have a podcast pivot from Ableton 12 to air fryers so quickly.
seamlessly.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's a sentence. That's a sentence that's never been said before. I always think that we've run out of things, like we've run out of sentences, but then I say something and then I'm like, wow, that's a new one.
Yeah, well, in a few years when our podcast gets bigger, the AI will illegally steal it and train on it, and
Yeah, it's going to train
you know,
podcasts and
Yeah, but we're going to be so far ahead at that point that you know it's not going to matter.
yeah.
Talk to my on retainer legal counsel.
Oh my dude! In the future, because
AI legal counsel.
in the future when all podcasts are AI, people are gonna come to podcast shows in person to watch people.
Lollapalooza is going to have a podcast stage.
Because I think people are just gonna be craving humanism so much at that point that it's just gonna be like, you know,
all the
it's gonna-
all the hate comments are gonna be AI bots, just like cyberbullying people.
Yeah,
It's going to be like, wait, humans doing a podcast like in real time? Like really? Like what? It's not AI? Like yeah, no, it's really cool. Trust me. Like
that
you
not
gotta,
a TED
you gotta come
Talk?
see it.
I don't know.
No, it's a panel. It's
Oh,
a podcast.
sorry. Yeah, it's a panel.
Yeah, no, we've made that joke before though at
Yeah.
like Ganja White Night. We're like, no, it's actually a podcast.
Sorry, I wasn't there.
Oh, dude, I love Ganja because every time I just went to go see them at Forest, and I'm like AI. I'm just like with these guys, like AI could never.
AI could never make a Mr. Wobble.
With
Yeah.
Mr. Bill too.
Yeah, Ganja had this pre-drop vocal. I sent it to you guys, but it was like. It was like, finally, a kitchen worthy of me to cook. And then it just dropped into some like super sploiky rhythm, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like this
AI
is just
could
so.
never.
Yeah.
AI could never make a Zed's Dead set.
Definitely not.
No.
They could try, but it
They
would
could
be
try,
trash.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you,
what-
humans. Thank you, humans, for
thanks.
tuning into our human-made podcast. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate all the real people that are tuning in. We'd love to hear your opinion about AI music. I'm sure there's a lot. I don't want this to get too contentious, but drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear. Are you pro? Are you against? Are there parts of AI music that make sense? Some that don't, but let us know, and we'll catch you on episode 11.
If you willingly listen to AI music, please unfollow us.
Please.
Yeah, and stay vigilant out there. Keep
Yeah.
Stay vigilant.
You know, if you see something, say something.
See something, say something. And we're out.